All right, thank you guys so much for joining us this afternoon, this morning, still 11 a.m. We appreciate it. My name is Chelsea O'Hara. I'm a program director at the Hobby School of Public Affairs. I'll be your main point of contact for the Next Gen Leadership Academy at the Hobby School. So if you have any questions after this info session or the coming weeks or months about the Academy, feel free to email me. My contact information will be at the end of this. I'm really excited to have two folks from the Volcker Alliance who are joining me for this info session. Yesenia, program manager at the Volcker Alliance, and Kylie, she's an intern for the Volcker Alliance, a student at ASU. Really excited to hear more information from them in a little bit about their experience with Next Gen and the Volcker Alliance. I'm going to start with a few remarks about our Next Gen Academy, and then we'll have the presentation from Yesenia and Kylie, and we will end with a Q&A session. So feel free to leave any questions you have in the chat as they come up for you while we have our presentations. And you can also unmute during the Q&A session to ask your question, live in person. So I'm going to share my screen. Can you guys see the slides? Okay, great, thank you. So like I said, this is a info session for the Next Generation Leadership Academy. It's the inaugural cohort that is launching this fall. We're really excited to be bringing this program to the University of Houston and really feel like it's a innovative, unique opportunity that's something completely new at the university. Definitely the emphasis on cross collaboration and leadership development among different industry sectors, I think really sets it apart from other leadership programs on campus. So I'm excited to share more about the program with you. All right, so we have several different goals for this Leadership Academy. First is we're offering specialized academic courses to students who are admitted into our program through the public leadership minor that is required for all students participating in the program. Additionally, we're offering diverse workforce experience and cross collaboration and leadership growth opportunities. We're definitely very passionate about these opportunities, especially in our current workforce climate, how much more complex challenges are that, young professionals are having to be prepared to work on right when they enter the workforce. We believe that this is really setting students up for success to gain valuable workforce experience before they start their careers, and it's going to really set them apart from their peers when they're applying to jobs and truly prepare them with meaningful leadership growth opportunities and personal growth opportunities during these 2 years. And of course, students who are admitted into the program and who complete our required benchmarks will be awarded a $2,000 program stipend to recognize the work that you do. So I'll talk a little bit more about the specific requirements. Like I said, we're requiring a public leadership minor. I'll have a link at the end of this program that will take you to the webpage for the Next Gen Leadership Academy on our website. And it'll also, on that webpage, will hyperlink to the public leadership minor that will have more specifics about the minor. I encourage you to talk to your academic advisor to see how you can incorporate the requirements of the minor into your academic plan. We're also requiring a minimum of 2 approved internships within either the public, private, or nonprofit sectors. Again, we really think this is such a unique differentiator between our program and other internship programs on campus. Really no industry anymore operates completely in a siloed way. You really have to be flexible and be able to speak the language of nonprofit lingo versus private sector lingo. So we're really excited to be able to Especially the hobby school, obviously we have several different internships focused in the public sector, so we can definitely help facilitate those internships in the public sector, and we'll also be supporting the placement of internships as best we can with the private and nonprofit sectors. And also, in order to really round out this academy, we're going to be requiring a certain number of service-oriented projects, also seminars focused on ethics and leaderships. And we're also excited to be facilitating industry site visits. So we'll have, for instance, we'll go to a prominent nonprofit that serves the Houston area, and we'll get to hear from their leadership staff, and we'll get to look at their facility. We'll also, replicate that for potentially the city of Houston or Harris County, and for different major private sector entities in Houston. So doing all we can to help facilitate the learning of, cross collaboration and industries. So for program eligibility, this Leadership Academy is open to any University of Houston undergraduate student, regardless of your minor or background. Priority will be given to juniors and seniors. We're also, you'll have to complete the requirements in addition to the 2 internships, also those benchmarks I just described. We're also looking for students who have a demonstrated dedication to public service and a commitment to impacting your community through service learning. In the application, there are a few short answer questions where we'll ask you to expand on your commitment and your past with volunteering efforts. And of course, if for certain reasons you were working and you couldn't dedicate a lot of time to volunteering, or there are other restrictions that really limited your ability to spend a lot of time outside school doing these type of activities, we just love to see your plans to do it in the future, or what type of social justice issues you're most passionate about. We're excited to see really the passion and the energy that you have for whatever field you're interested in getting into. So the application deadline is June 1st. It's next Wednesday. Like I said, we'll have the application is a short Qualtrics survey. It shouldn't take you too long to fill out. This is a direct hyperlink to it. And then also here's a hyperlink to our webpage where you can find out a little bit more information. And the link to the survey is also on the webpage, and the link to the public leadership minor is on the webpage. And I'll put this link in the chat too. And here's my email. If you have any follow-up questions after this presentation, you can email me. We can set up a time to talk. We can do a quick Zoom meeting, whatever's easiest. I'm happy to do what I can to answer any of your questions about the program. So I'm going to stop sharing and let Yesenia share her presentation from the Volcker Alliance. And like I said, feel free to drop in any questions that you have into the chat, and we'll get to it during the Q&A.
Okay, can you see the slides?
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, great. Hi, everyone. My name is Yesenia Martinez. I am a program manager at the Volcker Alliance. And we are very happy to be here with you today, Kylie and I, to give you a little bit of background on who the Volcker Alliance is, our role within the Next Gen Service Corps, and what you have to look forward to as a student in the Hobbies School Next Gen Leadership Academy, and what we have to offer at the national level. And so I'll start by just giving you a little bit of background of the Volcker Alliance. We are a nonprofit founded by former Federal Reserve Chairman Paul A. Volcker, and we are based in New York City. Our mission is to empower the public sector workforce to solve the challenges facing our nation. And we envision a public sector workforce with the experience, preparation, and commitment to ensure government is accountable and delivers with excellence. One of our key initiatives is the Next Gen Service Corps, or Next Gen Service for short. The first university in the country to have a program like this was at Arizona State University. And once we heard about it and learned about it, we thought that there was value in having programs similar to theirs across the country, because students like all of you are just really passionate about making an impact in your communities. And so we're helping schools like yours stand up these programs. And so we're really excited to see this network grow. And so Kylie is going to talk a little bit about where these programs are today, and also share her experience as a Next Gen student at ASU.
Hi everyone, my name is Kylie and I am a third-year student at Arizona State University, and I joined it, we call it Next Generation Service Corps at ASU, and I started my freshman year, so I've been in it about 3 years now, and I currently hold an executive leadership position within NGSC. I have learned so much information that I didn't anticipate learning, but it's been such an amazing experience. The diversity within the program is definitely my favorite part, that everyone is looking to better themselves and better their leadership skills, specifically in that public sector. But within the program, you get a range of majors from sustainability to economics to policy, engineering. And I've never been in a program that had so much diversity and knowledge within its students. And with that, we also do require a certificate, which is very similar to the minor. And in those classes, you're able to engage with students and you see them regularly because you're taking those same credits. And you're able to build those relationships that you wouldn't necessarily build within your major, where everyone has the same interest and the same focus, and you get to see so many different perspectives and knowledge and hear from everyone's experiences, which is so beneficial. Similarly, the two internship perspective is super amazing. I've completed all of my public, private, and nonprofit internship, and I can reflect on so many different learning points within each, and it is so applicable to your job search, your leadership development, and then your growth as a person, being able to interact with all of those different sectors. And within the Volcker Alliance NGSC, it is a national network of 13 different colleges. That I haven't been able to be a part of an organization on campus where we've been able to interact with so many different colleges in that national network. And it's so amazing having people that I can reach out to in Atlanta or in Washington or in Omaha, Nebraska or in New York. And this is not only a student network, but an alumni network. And that is so beneficial when you're looking for jobs or you're looking to learn or you're in town for the weekend and you want to do work with your professional network. And then with that, the way that we connect this network together and all of these students is through a platform called Next Gen Connect. This is, it's very similar to a mix of like LinkedIn and Facebook, and it's a very effective platform where we create mentorship opportunities and job opportunities. We establish these conversations and create groups where you can connect with these students nationwide or these alumni and find interests that you want to pursue and be able to reach out to those other individuals who have had an internship that you're interested in or have taken a path in terms of their professional career that you're interested in. And it's been very beneficial to just connect with others. And I've gained a lot of mentors. And I've also gained a lot of friends that we're now on a texting basis and I can check in that are across the country.
Great, thanks, Kylie. Should we show them what the platform looks like? Do we have time for that, Chelsea? Perfect. Let me stop sharing the slides. All right, I think I'm sharing the right screen.
Yeah, it looks like I'm able to see it. And so this is the Next Gen Connect platform that we use to connect all of the students that are in the program across the country. And so this is the main page where you can see who's online and you can see all the students that are in that. And then on the right side, it has job postings. And these job postings are jobs that have been submitted through alumni or students or users of the platform, which is really great too, because you can use that as a recommendation when you apply. is you can use those connections and have that foot up rather than just applying to a job that you found on Indeed or LinkedIn. And then with that, there is also on the left side, we have all of the different aspects of the website, which include mentoring, the jobs, internships, photos, groups, and within the mentor program, when you click on it, you will see where everyone's at. And the really cool thing with NextGen Connect is you can choose to be a mentor or choose to seek a mentee. And so students and alumni that are on the platform are able to say, hey, I'd like a mentee, and then there's a little notification and it can help you find your mentor. Similarly, the platform also helps you match with your mentor, which is super interesting. You put in all of your experience, your resume, what your major is, what you're interested in, and then it will have a percentage of seeing if you'd match with these individuals. And as you can see, the willing to help button is that mentor looking for a mentee, and that if you click on their profile, you can send them a message, and it could be a quick little, hey, my name is Kylie. I'm interested in learning more about your cross-sector leadership certificate, and I see that you have worked in these places. I'd love to learn more. And then you can just easily connect with them and have that continuous conversation and mentee-mentor relationship. And then on the bottom, it gives a breakdown of Bridget's experience, where she's worked, what she's done, what time she's done it as well. And so I could reach out to her and ask how her internship at the Volcker Alliance was, and if she'd recommend it, what she liked about it, what she didn't, what she learned, how she liked the team, if I'm interested in applying. And then with that, there are also groups and events, which is a really engaging part of the platform. The groups do help connect across the colleges, and then also with your missions and the things that you're really passionate about working towards in the volunteer events or in your spare time, you can connect with other students that have these same passions, such as homelessness or mental health, education. We have teams here at Arizona State that work on these topics year round, and so you can connect with students here at Arizona State or at other colleges that have those same passions. And then within events, we also host conversations where you can talk with other students or work within the organizations to converse and get to know each other and express ideas and work towards your passion.
Great, I'll stop sharing my screen now.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for giving us a look inside that platform. I would have loved to have something like that when I was an undergrad. It's such a unique opportunity to have meaningfully connect with professionals and with current students across the country. So that's really special, and we should have done a better job at the beginning explaining our partnership with the Volcker Alliance, but we're so excited to have received a grant from the Volcker Alliance, and they've really helped us, utilize best practices from other schools when they've launched their next gen programs. As Kylie said, I think there's 13 other schools now, and also help us, brainstorm how to tailor it to our UH community, our Houston community. And now they've invested resources in creating this platform, which is going to be, like I said, really helpful, I think, to all of the students who are admitted into this program. So thank you guys for giving us a look into that, a sneak peek. So we're at the Q&A section now. If anyone wants to unmute and ask any questions, or you can drop any questions in the chat, we're happy to answer any questions that you guys have. And Renee Cross is here. Hey, Renee. Thanks for joining.
Wow, you guys must have did an incredible job explaining everything since there's no questions.
It looks like it.
Let me just jump in just for a minute. I'm Renee Cross. I'm the senior director at the Hobby School. And we are so excited to be part of this national partnership. The Hobby School has had a long-term commitment to experiential learning and public service. actually before we were even the hobby school. It dates back to when we were a very small think tank called the Center for Public Policy. So when we heard about this opportunity, we're just so thrilled to be able to join this group, because we felt like we could work on our solid commitment to public service training. So this just gives us an opportunity to offer even more to students, whether it's, the public leadership minor, or, the exposure to other students with similar interests at universities across the nation. We're really excited about starting this up. So those of you that are interested, definitely look everything over very closely, and then shoot Chelsea any questions. I think this is going to be a very competitive process, which is a good thing. But we're ready to grow this program very quickly. So thank you for attending this session. And again, we welcome any kind of questions. There's nothing too small or too complex. Just ask.
Thank you, Renee. Alexia, I see your question. For the required internship, can it overlap with an internship needed for another minor or major? I think it would just need to, we would need to learn a little bit more about what the specific situation is. What do you think, Renee?
Yeah, that would be more than likely a question for your advisor, either for the major, for whatever major or minor you're doing this internship for already, as well as double check with our academic advisor, who is Scott Mason. My thought is more than likely it would work. However, I'm not an academic advisor, and I don't want to direct you to the wrong path. So just double check with the advisors.
I'll put Scott's email address right here in the chat. It's a great question. All right, anything else, Chelsea? Yes.
And like Chelsea said, that is a really good question. And as we develop our program further, I think this first cohort of our Next Gen program is going to be so important, because you guys are going to be able to affect the shape and structure of this program going on. So I think in some regards, even though, there'll be situations like this, we're like, don't know, we need to check. You also will have a really probably greater chance of influencing the structure of the program than subsequent classes in the future. So again, that's another exciting aspect of being in on the ground floor.
Definitely. All right, well, my email is in the chat, so please email me any questions if you prefer to ask offline. I totally understand. And I will send out a link to this recording after this wraps up. If you just need to rewatch it for any additional information. But like Renee said, if you're on the fence, I encourage you to apply. We'll follow up and ask you any additional information if it's needed through the application process. And I hope that everybody applies. And the final reminder, the deadline is next Wednesday for the application. All right, thank you, Yesenia and Kylie, for joining. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having us, and good luck to everyone who applied.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.